Jumped the gun during the tournament last weekend. Broke the back end of the stock, so just trying to get that replaced with a new stock and get us back in action.
I'll get punch out that little thing there.
I don't know too close.
Like that little thing that looks like a mox in there. I don't know. I do.
Cut this bottom piece off. Can't tell if it's coming or going. I think he's coming. He's coming. I'm getting like 196. Ready? 3, 2. Well, as you see, we're not outside. We're in Brad's parents' shop. He's having a little bit of gun trouble. It was honestly the third spot we went. We got a little bait pile out with our, I think we've talked about it before, but we got a few deer we shot during the season and a couple dead calves. They've been hitting it pretty hard recently. I think, what'd you say, almost 60 pictures of
Just last night.
coyotes moving through last night. The last week or so, it seems like they've been hitting it. At least getting a couple pictures a night, so we figured we ought to go up there and try it. And sure enough, we went up there, let out one coyote howl, and less than probably 2 minutes later, caught some moving to the right. Looked like a coyote moving through, but there was a big knoll right between us and where it was coming out of the woods. So it was gonna be tough to begin with, but it had 30 yards, and it probably took 3 or 4 minutes to go that 30 yards. So I was scanning left and right, Brad was using his scanner a little bit, but finally came out and I didn't see it. Brad saw it and he went to shoot and gun didn't fire, and it heard the click of Brad trying to pull the trigger and spooked off. It was really tight corners. As soon as we saw it, we were gonna have to shoot. So it was a tough circumstance, but fortunately Brad's gun didn't go off. But we heard coyote in another spot we have access to, so decided let's just go down there and see if we can pull that one out. But that one's actually out in the field. It's a big wide open field, and that was probably out there 400 yards or so once we got set up. And Brad played a few sequences. I think he started with mouse and another distress, and then a little bit louder mouse, and then played some Missing Beggar, a coyote social sound. And that kind of piqued its interest and kind of just moseyed on over. We let it come in. It was probably still coming, but it got definitely well within shooting range. And
I think I was getting about 150 yards.
That's around where I was getting to, and we just decided, no, he's close enough. So we pulled the trigger. My gun went off. Brad's gun didn't go off again. The coyote started running. I felt pretty good on my shot, so a little curious if I did hit it and it was just running, or I probably jerked, honestly, but I felt good, Brad felt good, but unfortunately his gun didn't go off again. And then kind of threw me off that Brad's gun didn't go off and the coyote was running. So I kind of watched it going through my scope for a couple of seconds, and then finally just decided to start winging shots at it. But thankfully, first shot ended up hitting. She tumbled over probably about 100.
I think I was getting 180 yards.
180 or so, but made me feel a little bit better finally. Put a coyote down. It's been a while for me. I guess we both. Well, we were both shot at that one tournament night, but who knows? My gun had.
Yeah, we were going nuts for that. That one wasn't getting away if we could help it.
Shortly before that, my gun hit the ground pretty hard. Actually ended up breaking the stock on it, so I sighted her engine light before it went out, and it was not close to being sighted in. So I'm sure my shots weren't even close to hitting that cow, but definitely hit this one and put her down. So Brad's clean his gun up and hopefully get it working again.
Sir.
We've seen 4 coyotes. Actually, after we shot that one, we had 2 more way out in the field go across. We tried making a move, but I think they just kind of knew something was up. Our wind was going that way, and they just weren't too interested. But made 4 coyotes we've seen tonight, so it seems like a pretty good night. Not too windy, pretty dark out, which helps for us at least. But we'll keep on at her. Hopefully, Brad will get his gun shooting.
Yes, sir.
What just happened, Brad?
Well,
Well?
we're at one spot we tried hitting earlier today, or tonight, and spooked some cows.
Yeah.
So we went back there, gave it a little time to cool down. Ended up getting a notification on my phone for a bait pile. Sure enough, there's a coyote there. So we're only about 5 minutes down the road.
Not even.
Decided to make a run for it. See if we can get at him.
There was a double in the picture, right?
That's right, yeah. And got here. Sure enough, they're still right there. So snuck up. How far was it?
Probably went about 40 yards or so.
Yeah.
Maybe 50.
Got
Not too
roughly 200 yards of them.
far. Yep.
And did a 1, 2, 3 count. Both cows were hit.
Yeah.
The one Phil shot, I had a lot more blood, but tracked it for a while and came up empty.
Yeah. It was bleeding a lot, but it got just kind of thick stuff, and
Yeah. Kind of clotted up, and
yeah, we decided just to back out.
maybe I'll go back in a day or so and see if I can find her in the daytime.
See if you get a chance or not, but
Yeah.
pretty sure for the amount of blood, that's the most blood.
Yeah, we've never seen that much blood on a cow before.
It's got to be a downer, but
Especially compared to this one that I got.
yep.
Shot was back real far. Surprised I'd even put her down, but
I know we got done.
found just a few specks of blood and just following tracks, and
Yep.
somehow found it in my scanner in the thick brush. So
I think we were probably 15 yards from it when you pulled up your scanner, but
yeah,
yes, sir.
got down.
Can't
Number
quite
31.
Can't quite say double, but maybe potentially.
Give
but
us time, we might find it.
yeah,
We've done it
definitely.
up there before. So.
Yep. Count number 31. Yes, sir. Nice shooting, buddy.
Two.
Do it like this.
Well,
we're gonna head down the road a bit. There's some spots we haven't hit yet, and as soon as we got probably 5 miles or so from the highway, where I got a notification there was some pictures going off by our bait pile, so we figured it's gotta be a coyote.
Yeah, we're only about a mile down the road, maybe a couple miles, but
yeah. So we decided let's pop up here quick before we head off farther, and sure enough, got up there. Ended up being 2 coyotes. We didn't really give it much. One was kind of towards the woods and moved back towards the other one. They gave us a pretty good shot.
I'm out.
But no, we got set up. We pulled up there, right there. We decided to walk a little bit closer, and they eventually gave us a pretty good shot. They were kind of right next to each other.
So we ranged at like 206 yards, right?
Yep. Somewhere, yeah. So
yeah, right around 200 yards to the bait pile.
Hold up. But so we shot. One went down. The other one kind of running off a little bit.
Someone had a jerky shot. Me.
But we'll take that for start the night.
Yeah.
Not even our first fit playing. We already got a coyote in the bed, so
it's a good start.
It's a good start. We said 4. Let's go get them.
Yes, sir.
Nice shoot. Shoot, sorry, buddy.
Come on now.
Well. Brad picked up a few spots, probably a month and a half or so ago.
Yeah.
So we tried them one time during our tournament a couple weekends ago. Got a fox out of it.
Great fox.
Great fox. This spot, we didn't hear anything, but decided to come back here. Seemed like a good night to try it. Been itching to get back this way.
But I got the right one to do it.
Yep. We pulled in, got back to the field, played a rabbit distress.
Yeah.
And I went through a couple coyote sequences.
Yeah, did
a couple of howls.
A female howl, and then you did a pair howl.
I played a pair.
Then we went to breeding sound.
Yep.
Bump and grind.
Bump and grind. Yes, sir. I caught some movement flying through the woods quick. I was like, that's got to be a coyote.
Yeah.
It's a Brad or something moving. Got under scopes. He poked out. Didn't see anything else with him at first. He poked out and he was charging hard to the call.
Yeah.
And he pulled up, gave us a perfect shot. Brad actually whistled at him.
Yeah. Yeah. Stopped up and
we pulled. He dropped right there. It was, what'd you say it was?
75 yards, I think.
Yeah, it was a nice, easy shot for us. He looked big on the scope, but as soon as we pulled, Brad caught another coyote off to the left.
It was already turning around, going back in the woods.
Yeah,
so.
and we didn't catch it out, unfortunately, to be able to have a good shot for a double. We
took a couple pokes at it, but
didn't end up getting it. But we ended up walking up to this dude, and you can see he's a big coyote.
Yeah, I mean, we're thinking he's got a shot for 50 pounds.
I think so.
I mean, he's heavy.
Yeah, and you could tell he's big.
And he's pretty blonde, too.
And he's a nice blonde coyote. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
It would be really sweet to shoot a nice blonde coyote, and sure enough, finally able to get. He's probably the most blonde we've ever shot. A couple with colors of blonde, but he's pretty much pure blonde. And
yeah,
we're debating if we want to go.
We might get him mounted.
We'll mount him. We'll see. He's a big coyote. He's a cool looking one for sure. So
for sure, we're gonna weigh him on later on in the night.
We'll let you see how much he weighs later, but
we'll see if we can get it in the screen pretty quick.
Yeah. See if we get in the screen. But I think he's got a shot for 50. So
yes,
stay
sir.
tuned. Well, we're gonna keep after her though. It's a good night. Finally made it back from hunting for the night. I actually had a pretty good night hunting.
You wanna grab this?
Not perfectly ideal, but stuff's really active. After we got him, tried a few spots, and all of a sudden this coyote starts barking. So we played around with it a while. Eventually, we got it to come out into the open, but there was brush in between us, and eventually just sat there, laid down, and it did not want to budge. So we kind of snuck over to the left a little bit so we get an open shot, and then it would lay down. It didn't. So it was laying down, didn't give us a good shot, and Brad played every single sound on his call.
Just the stupidest stuff.
Started with coyote sound, and then it just went to, we played a wolf, elk.
Yeah.
Just the most random stuff, and it would not budge. We started yelling at it after that, still wouldn't budge. So we just decided, you know what, we can see part of it, let's just see if we can hit it.
Basically just had like a head and like upper back shot.
Top of its back and then the head. And so we shot, it hopped up. We thought we kind of hit it the way it acted. So I didn't shoot again. Brad shot another time just to make sure it was down. And as soon as he shot again, it kind of looked like it flopped down. But next thing you know, it starts booking it through the woods.
Yeah.
I mean, we went up to check there's blood, but it kind of, I think it just jumped in a ditch and ran away. So then. There we go. We're back up and running, folks. Don't worry. Nothing has changed in the last 2 days. We're still watching this coyote. Elk. Moose. Okay. I think I have about 30 minutes worth of video on this dude. Oh, that might do it. Woo! He was sleeping, that's why.
Hey.
You want to? You ready? 3, 2, 1. Dude! I hope he's down. No! Nevertheless, we got this sweet coyote, so
Let's see how much he weighs.
time to see if he weighs.
It says 0.0.
Oh boy. So you're gonna make me crank this time?
Dang, he's still leaking.
I see that. Woohoo! How you doing, Brad?
It's not so easy now, is it?
I go that way.
Oh, maybe it's backwards then.
You gotta flip it.
Like do a half thing. There you go.
There we go.
There we go.
This is easy.
I guess he's off the ground.
47-2.
It's a new record.
No. New record.
You know, if
We'll
it
take
still
it.
had all his blood in there.
Yeah, say there's about 3 pounds of blood in the truck bed.
Let's see if we can get this sucker to focus.
There you go.
Oh, you can see that.
47-2.
See, we don't lie. I don't know how to turn this light back on.
It's just a button on the side. I thought for sure he had chains.
I knew he was big though.
It's close.